structure.
Yes. It's really brilliant idea by Carlson. He's really getting into shape, yeah?
Yeah.
We can see that he's getting into shape, yeah?
True. And
even if there is a very refined way to get some advantage for white,
yeah.
still changes nothing, yeah? It's very deep position and original positional idea.
So we have c takes d4 on the board, but as we expected, so nothing new under the sun.
Yeah. C d4, let's say.
And we expect...
Sorry? No, on the board. I'm sure on the board. Probably, very unlikely, that he looked at it at some other line and he knew that idea is possible.
Yeah.
But knowing Carlson, who doesn't like so much to work on the opening, it's very likely he find on the board.
Yeah.
I would rather believe. With some other player, let's say Kasparov or someone, we can see that he didn't know it in this position, but he worked out all possible ideas before, so he was able to use it. But here,
yeah. I want to mention something that's similar, a little bit off topic, but with Carlsen, even when he played against Nakamura in the Grandmaster Blitz battle, in the bullet section, I saw Carlsen finding some very nice ideas that I might not have found with having a classical time control. And it seems like he doesn't even have to calculate these lines sometimes. They just pop up in his mind somehow. I believe he said it himself in some interviews. And well, some of the moves that we actually didn't come up with this idea ourselves. So
no, it's really impressive, impressive.
And by the way, from the professional point of view, when of course now we are talking, but let's say a player like you sits at home and looks at the game, and you try to think, you don't find this idea. Do you think, blame yourself, look inside and say, I didn't find it, I have to improve, or think that just I mean, I tend to make excuses. That's my point.
Of
and
course,
say, okay, I'm not playing.
We are humans. We tend to excuse ourselves. Yeah.
And like, it's probably for those who want to improve, it's a better idea to.
Yeah, but some ideas, okay, one should tell between the ideas which are in you can find. Let's say, you know that okay, very often you found, but now you've been too lazy, or let's say didn't go too deep. And let's say you see that it's really idea very deep, and let's say it often happens, let's say, when you come back from the game, analyze and computer shows something.
Yes.
You can say, but you can tell that some ideas which computer shows had been in your capacity.
Yes.
You could also find, but some of them are really unhuman.
Yes.
One couldn't find. Yeah.
Question. Maybe it's a puzzle question.
Yeah.
E3 and Queen B3 after it's an attempt, or you will go to the end again?
I think E3 and Queen B3. I think Queen F5. Is and then D5. Yeah, maybe you're playing with a fire.
Yes.
Okay, maybe Rook D8. It's still okay. Yeah.
I have another question before the game quickly liquidates. We talked a little bit about the Berlin and how much I felt happy from the opening point of view that they didn't go for it. And I just want to mention that in case people who are watching don't know, at least from what I remember, I never seen Boris play the Berlin in classical time control. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I didn't actually check it. Did you play it once or twice?
No, actually
I didn't seen or
no. Actually, I was one of the first one who played it.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I played it in 19.
Should have checked.
No. Actually, but was long time ago. I played it in 1991. I played my candidates against Jan Timman in Tilburg in 1990, and then I played it in candidates against Nigel Short in 91. In game 5, and I lost, and I had a trauma because it was very important game. Yeah, okay, I went to -2, then I had chance to level, but still okay, I lost this match, so I kind of abandoned.
In 92?
91.
91. And 9 years later, the entire world has the same trauma.
Yeah.
From the different angle.
From another angle, yeah. But then, okay, Because that time only few players, Zoltan Almashik had Garen played it, and player Alexei Alexandrov started play, but because of me, because his trainer Shershevsky, I asked him to analyze, and he analyzed with Alexandrov.
Yes.
So Alexandrov plays it for last 6 years, and then somehow I had this trauma. I then never played again. And now, it's matter of I think it's matter of your attitude. Either you play what everyone else play, or you want to try to keep your, let's say, personality and play something different. Of course, it's easier to play Berlin, because you can copy some other's idea, while to look for your own opening. But I think it's important to play what you trust.
Yeah. Well,
so many players disagree with me. I had discussions with
not me.
Top level.
You've got a friend in me.
Very good. I'm happy. Sveshnikov,
Yeah, exactly. From the moment you played Sveshnikov, you bought me, because that, like, I actually just stopped around the same time, because of all the draws and so on, and all the theory. But I felt at least someone else is treating it properly.
No. It's very good opening. I really enjoyed it playing it when I played it.
When people actually entered it.
A long time ago, but for some reason I quit. I remember the reason. Not very relevant.
Yeah.
I saw too much theory going on.
Yeah.
But nowadays, when you reanalyze it, you see that it's opening full of potential, from dynamic potential.
Yeah. And also, I believe growing up you played in Najdorf, and you in recent years you started employing it. And by the way, earlier I believe you played the Petrov quite often.
Petrov I played for 5 years, almost non-stop,
And we have another move. Carlsen plays E3.
E3, yeah.
So he might want to get the game going a little bit.
Yes. But what's going on with Rook E1?
Well, I hoped...
No, he can play, let's say, E2,
Yeah, E2.
But my point is, let's check. If White plays Queen D2.
Queen D2.
Maybe we just sit and wait. If Black has any idea how to improve his position.
Yes. And for those who didn't follow at home, this is the position in the game. We're analyzing the move Rook E1. So, Queen D2, and well, it feels like Black didn't prove anything yet. I mean, it doesn't feel right.
But also he loses nothing, he can wait,
But D5?
D5 he can take, and then, let's say, play H6.
Queen C5 also is in the air.
Yeah, let's say H6 he can take. D5.
And take and H6 and Queen C5, yeah?
Queen C5 and it's perpetual,
Also. And White plays a perpetual,
White plays a perpetual.
I didn't even get there. So,
Queen 8.
Maybe
E8 is better, because if Queen F8, then we'll play Queen E6.
Okay.
And
so
that's
this
perpetual.
And perpetual.
But also, let's put back. Let's after D5.
So
I thought
here, this, and now H6, D5.
Yeah, Queen B6, D4.
Yes.
And E4 pawn we take with the next move. And if Queen E5, Rook E4 C3. Rook E3. If Queen, let's check. Queen E5.
Yes.
Basically, we can play like King H1. We have nothing to lose. Or Queen F5. But when Queen F5, we play D6.
Yes. There are no direct threats for Black after check. So
while White has a threat of D7.
Indeed. So, I mean, it looks like Carlsen wants Rook E1 on the board. So we have this position, Rook E1 on the board, and well, I don't know how Carlsen is planning to play for him. Maybe H6 with tempo first.
H6 is a good idea.
And then
maybe play D5 is a tempo or not.
In the style of Korchnoi.
Fischer never went back. Fischer, Queen F7 maybe, a Queen G3. Yeah, but then Queen D5 maybe some unpleasant things.
No Queen B6 in this position? After D5, Queen B6 maybe?
Yeah, but queen g3. But queen f7 is unpleasant.
Yes, because there's no way to defend d5.
Yeah, no d5. No d5.
So no d5.
Queen way.
Queen.
c5 unpleasant, queen f6, yeah?
Indeed.
Oh no, queen f7 is better.
f7 with a2 in mind?
No, basically not to allow queen d5.
But just staying in this diagonal?
Yeah, but queen f2 is
and there's a huge threat.
Yeah.
It's not so clear how to defend.
Not so clear. Rook e2, rook f8 already. No, let's go back. Probably Karyakin will play something quiet.
So h6 feels like an interesting move. Queen.
It's the best, yeah, it's the best probably. Yeah.
Queen somewhere.
Queen g3, let's say, yeah.
How about
g4?
Yeah.
g4 maybe. If queen f6, rook e2, we already block on the second row. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea.
Indeed. Rook e2, everything is protected.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like black even has an idea.
Rook f8, we can even play. No, rook f8.
Still
king
no
h2,
threat.
King h2.
Yeah.
King h2, and now we have threat to
Yeah.
probably.
Good show. Rook e3. Sorry, rook e3.
Yeah.
So seems like h6 is not entirely convincing after queen g4.
Queen g4. Let's pause for the second after queen g4.
Sure.
Queen c6 we play rook e2 anyway. Queen a2 maybe. Let's check queen a2. Doesn't look very convincing, but who knows?
Now. But
queen d7, maybe queen d7.
Yeah. But this move e3 reminds me of Yaron's question from earlier.
Yeah.
Who is in control? And it feels like Carlsen is like he has more force, but he's like the horse who's and Karyakin is riding him in a way.
I'm thinking now, maybe he's trying to hug. Maybe
Yeah, but
repeating the mistake of the game he lost.
Yeah.
He's trying too hard to win, then he will lose the pawn after. And
no, but also actually after.
It's a move with the risk. It's not a move without the risk.
Of course, but after e2 maybe it's not the risk is not that big. Rook e1, e2.
Yeah.
Maybe
so probably e2 is.
He feels that okay. He still didn't cross this border, yeah. But
the
queen
line,
d2. But maybe queen d2.
Queen where?
d2.
The same line. h6.
Well, king.
You just
But then queen f5. We allow queen f7 or queen f5. The point white also cannot. Very
maybe queen f6 actually to have queen d4.
Queen d4, yeah.
In case of king g1.
So probably somewhere white would play d5, black would take on a2, and he would take back on a3 and a draw. Probably he feels he still risks nothing, but he wants to show that he makes a draw from position of strength. It's in a match it's important, because a match it's you know, the more confidence you get, the less confidence your opponent gets.
He just thinks e3 is better than e3 or no?
I don't know. Maybe he wants. I don't know. Probably it's.
I think he prepares psychologically for the game after.
Of course. He wants to say that he has a last say.
Yeah. I want to mention, by the way, on the topic from earlier with the Berlin, a few top players who don't play the Berlin quite often. I think it's a matter of approach. Of course, Boris is one of the main
it's mental. It's
representatives. Yeah, and it's like also setting an example in a way for the rest of the world. And I think Peter Svidler and Maxim Vashiel-Agrav, by the way, all three are Grunfeld experts.
Yes.
Who happened, I feel like there is a connection. I mean, I have this small theory of mine since I was young. There's a connection between Grunfeld and happiness in life. But that's just...
really, yeah?
Yeah, but just something indirect, because they just tend to not play the Berlin in a...
No, it's an attitude. That
it's
you
half
go
a joke, yeah. An attitude.
Then you go for a game that you don't play. But of course, white, with modern theory, white can maybe, if he wants, he makes a draw. But he cannot play risk-free.
Yeah.
You don't want your opponent to give risk-free play.
Yeah.
He wants to put responsibility on himself. That's why I played it again in a match against Anand.
Exactly.
I never played before Grunfeld, but I selected both Grunfeld and Sveshnikov because I wanted him to have responsibility. That I don't want him to play for free, slightly better position, and for just to defend.
Yes.
I want him, let's say, to raise the price of each move.
Yeah.
That each move you make, you have to play
with some commitment.
With some commitment, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Commit.
Because if he plays we play by hand, let's say, his average move is stronger than mine. But I believe that when you play, let's say, the best moves, I can play as good. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was my attitude. Yeah, it's my strategy.
Seems like it worked in the classical part of the
Yes,
game, and of
yes.
course the rapid had nothing to do
Yes.
with the attitude, as we said
I
earlier.
was outplaying him in all the games.
Yeah,
basically.
even in the rapid actually.
In
In
the
the majority.
I mean in the rapid.
Yeah,
I mean
in the
in
majority.
You propose here queen g4.
Yes.
Maybe he wants to take rook d8 and go from d4 to a4.
Well,
But
it's a draw.
E3
with a pawn up, will not lose a rook and that.
He will not be
But right now is
Yeah,
the
rook-
pawn
Will
up.
win a3. No.
No, but first of all, rook d8 will play c3.
Okay, but
we can always play.
Let's count first. Right
First of
now,
all, now he's pawn up,
then it takes on E3 also, so he's 2 pawns up for a moment. In case of rook d8.
and rook d4 we go rook e4 and protect.
So this is 2 pawns up. And now there's rook e4 also.
You pawn down. Now you have to be careful.
So, yeah, any questions by the way? For
Yeah.
that?
Speaking of a psychological battle, what did Magnus say to himself after the day he lost? How did he pass the 2 days, 4 games to the end, and he's -1?
No, I think
Say
it's
for Anand,
no. I think for Magnus the best thing could happen to him, because he really, let's say, understood he could have to play 100% of him.
Wake up call.
Wake up call, yeah. Because
Mhm.
what's my feeling that he approaches match like a tournament. That okay, I'm strong, I would win, and he kind of underestimated that in a match, okay, and probably if he would win games 3 and 4 or at least one of them, it would happen. But match is a match, you know. You play against one opponent. In a tournament, you always okay. You lose a game, you play. Certain time you will play player a bit out of form. Some of the player who is a bit afraid of you, and you would win a game of 2, get your momentum and get. In a match, it's different. You have to break one opponent who prepared for you, who is mentally prepared for you. It's different. So when he saw that he cannot do it easily, he kind of focused, yeah?
Yes.
and if this game will go to a draw,
Yeah.
is there a suggestion for last game to risk it or to just?
My prediction that he would play the same style as he played, let's say, game 10. He would play some long game, equal position, try to keep tension. Probably also he would be a bit more careful not to overstep the risk limit, but he would play exactly the same style. That's how I feel, but we'll see it on Monday, yeah?
Yeah.
First of all, this game still in process.
Still move by move, as they say.
Yeah.
Breath by breath.
Yeah. Because also Magnus doesn't want to go to tiebreak. Of course, he is confident in his rapid, but he understands that he would prefer to. He wouldn't make easy draw and go to. If let's say it would be opposite, let's say today Magnus would be white and game would finish with a draw. I think Karek in game 12 would play a solid, having nothing against draw. Magnus doesn't want to make a draw in a classical part.
One other question, if I may.
Of course.
In the mental preparation to the tournament, to the battle, does Magnus say to himself, there is a scenario I will lose, not the battle, one game, and I will be -1, and I need to imagine it, to get ready for this situation.
I don't know.
He says, I'm so strong, and I will never lose, and if he loses, he needs to tackle it.
I really don't know. I do believe, knowing him, that he rules out this possibility.
which I think is not so good. Because you
Not so good, but also Kasparov did the same, yeah. For them it was impossible to imagine, or Karpov, that they could lose, yeah. Other people, as we spoke, some other people, depends on your personality. But also...
But then you are bombed after the
Of course, the effect is bigger. If you're not prepared, if you're not prepared,
it can be more difficult.
More difficult.
So, I keep forgetting to ask the question. I just say things on the same topic from earlier, with the Berlin and Najdorf in the top level and so on. So, do you sense like you have to compensate for your approach of getting more play with black by working harder?
Yes, of course.
And then the follow-up question, of course, what do you gain from it, and does it worth it? Yeah.
It's a good question. Many people question it. Let's say some friends from top level players, why you do it? You can play the same Berlin. But I think that's why I have so long career, that I have my personality. If you have do like everyone else, okay, certain moment you have no advantages.
Yes.
Younger player would take you over. You do the same like them, but they younger have more energy, more ambitions.
Yes.
I can show you an example. Put the position. Let's say
Starting?
find the game.
Sure.
With an RKF in a match, game 3.
So, something this year, yeah?
This year, yeah. This year.
Okay, it's not the right
No, no,
database.
no.
I need to search.
I can show you on the board.
Okay. Just okay. So on the board,
Put on
the starting position.
starting position, yeah.
Okay. So
You know, of course, I play a match, and okay, I can prepare an opening. E4 he plays.
that's a goal. So
No,
this
E4,
one. So
E4.
we can make notes.
E4, C5. Of course, probably if I play Berlin, I can prepare and okay, have the time. But then, okay, I play this bishop b5. I prepare this g6 system. Takes, castle, bishop g7, rook e1, knight h6. Now it's fashionable system. c3, castle, h3. And now I played very risky system, yeah, which required a lot of work, yeah. e5, knight f7.
Yeah.
He plays d3.
I remember.
And now I played bishop a6. Okay, c4 is the most natural move. And now an idea to play e6. And if what he played?
I will check in a second. So game number
3. Bishop e3.
Magas.
Magas, yeah, Magas.
So this
He plays bishop, no,
knight c3.
knight c3. And here I play g5. Okay, many possibilities on each move.
Yes.
You have to analyze, and computer doesn't help you much. Bishop e3. And now the point is you play h5.
Yes.
And if white plays, you play g4. You sacrifice an exchange
And a pawn.
and a pawn, and you get completely random position.
Yes.
And basically, I analyzed it for like long time.
Yes.
And okay, he played h4 and many options. And okay, but of course, white has very still solid position and have many ways to force a draw. In the game, maybe he was even slightly better, and he
After h4.
h4, yep, he played, yeah. Also, okay, it's a challenge to remember all your analysis, yeah. I didn't do
Story
it
of
fully.
my life. Once
Didn't
again.
do it fully, yeah. Okay, I here took maybe more clever take with a bishop, and I tried to sacrifice again. And he played here, and probably his position slightly worse. Certain moment he played queen a4 and repeated moves, because I had like 1 hour on the clock. And okay, I analyzed this position for many.
How did you come
days.
up with such an idea?
I don't know. I started looking at this position, new line. I looked at some game, and I started just to
By
think
hand?
by hand what to do, yeah. And computer, of course, said it's all bad, but then somehow like the construction, all the pawns is C6, D7, E6, F5, G4, H5, this geometry.
Yes.
And I analyze it for like
it's very aesthetic position.
Yeah, aesthetic for weeks. Made one draw.
Yes.
Maybe I would once play it, but okay, extremely risky. There are like black has many possibilities. If one would spend time analyze, maybe he would refute.
Yeah.
While someone else would play Berlin, maybe make the same draw.
Yes.
But okay, first of all, the pleasure of analyzing is great, and
I agree completely.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I think one of the things that we have in common, not many things, but one of the few, is that we are both not extremely active in the recent year or two.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to what I suspect we would like to be.
Yeah.
And one of the joys that I have in my routine is analyzing some new openings and researching, finding new ideas and so on.
Yeah.
And of course, hoping to use them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you do it on a much better level, which means it's a much more enjoyable conversation, let's say, with Kaisa, in a way.
Yes, yes, that's what life. Probably if I'll play some boring openings, okay, you cannot do it day after day. Yeah. So at the moment you'll be fed up. Yeah. Especially if you don't play that
and
much.
Especially when you have children and you raise them to live in the same world.
Yes.
And and
but also what motivates me to give them an example. Yeah.
Exactly.
To give them an example.
Queen H5.
Queen H5, maybe even better. Yeah.
So here, Queen H5, and
maybe even better. Yeah. Because if Rook goes, let's say, to F8, Queen E5, it's impossible.
Another keeps option.
Keeps options. What Carlsen can do now. White wants to play Rook E2.
By the way, those who
Maybe E2, yeah? Maybe E2 he can play, yeah?
we have another move, E2,
E2, yeah, of
as
course.
mentioned. So,
But now probably he can play Queen F3, yeah? He protects everything.
preparing
Just
something.
control.
Domination. And now maybe C3 or something. Well, it's very likely that somehow the game will liquidate into a draw, but it feels like black is not risking anything, but white doesn't seem to be in trouble either.
Why not what?
Rook F8, Queen E4.
Sorry?
Rook F8, Queen E4.
Rook F8, Queen E2, yeah. Rook F8, Queen E4, yeah. Or Queen E2.
Queen E2 simply.
Queen E2, simply. Yeah.
Where? Here?
Yeah, Queen E5, yeah.
Rook
Then
F8, Queen E5.
Yes.
Yeah. This was one of the ideas.
I think I don't think, actually, honestly speaking, I don't see much sense in Carlsen's decision not to take on D3. After take on D3, he would have no trouble making a draw, while here, I think it's him who have to.
Suffers.
No, he doesn't maybe suffers, but he didn't get any winning chances. But probably he has to be a bit more
Find
accurate.
the correct move.
Yes.
Well, for us, it means that we'll have more time enjoying the position.
Yes,
And,
but probably White has an idea. Let's say, let's say, maybe one sort of play D5.
D5.
Yes, and if let's say Queen E7, D4.
Yes. Sorry, I just want to see as an idea. So let's make a random move.
Yeah, King H8.
Just for example.
Yes.
Queen still on H5. Yes.
To demonstrate.
The game.
Yeah.
We have Queen F3 already in the game.
We have Queen.
Yeah. So D4. So just to mention, this is the position in the game. We are checking King H8 just to demonstrate White's idea. So here. And
Okay, White has
C.
nothing to lose. Yeah, E3, E3,
this-
what hand? Yeah.
yeah. So
But also, what black can, how black can move?
it's hard to make a move.
Yeah.
Let's say just for example, it goes
Yeah.
back.
Okay, King H1. Let's put King H1 first.
Yeah. Just to see what's White plan in such a position.
Also difficult. Yeah.
Maybe some D6.
D6 takes liquidates.
D4 is there. So
Or E3.
Like they are both in SUBSCRIBE.
Yeah.
maybe Queen F4.
Queen F4, but still
Rook
okay.
F8
Rook F8
already.
No, we can do it queen f4 with the king on g1. We could do it one move earlier, yeah?
So like this.
Yeah.
Maybe playing d6 somehow.
Yeah.
And then queen e5.
But queen d7.
Okay, queen d7. And if I go d6.
Okay, rook e6. Ah, c3, yeah? Yeah.
Trying to make progress somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, queen f4 seems like one of the ideas.
Yeah, queen f4 is a key idea, I like.
And anyway, d5 and d4 is the beginning of the next of the improvement of white's position, and I'm assuming that this next move is quite important for black, whether or not he can prevent it. And yes.
White plays c3 and king f2. Wouldn't that amount to an advantage?
No, but king f2, rook f8 always.
Yeah, the problem with king f2 is rook
he
f8.
He cannot come with a king.
There will never be, even without the queen, there's always be check and back. So black is in a safe spot. From
king cannot reach.
Yes, the pawn on e2. This one.
Say white has two free pawns.
To what?
Free.
Passed.
Yeah, passed. Yeah. Yeah,
on the same file, it's not considered traditionally as two.
No, basically white can play d5 and then c4. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Then,
but a3 is hanging in all the lines.
Ever an idea for it?
I don't think ba4 and then a3, a2. You have to deal.
Any pawns on c4?
But pawn in e2 is worse.
You already suffered from a2.
Yeah.
What happened? Nothing.
Yes.
Why we can play queen d6 here?
With black.
Yeah.
So
rook e2.
Rook e2 is the critical move.
Okay, I eat, and after this, check. With
On d4, yeah, he can take on d4. It's correct. It's correct, and then okay. No. You have to do it after you exchange, because then queen f2.
So
If immediately queen f2.
Yeah, didn't see it.
Yeah,
let's just show the viewers at home.
Yes.
Here there's queen f2, and there's no time to exchange rooks properly without exchanging the queens
So
as
left
well.
upon down.
So rook e2, and now queen d4, and king, let's say, to h2 for example.
Whenever, then queen d6, and if you king h1, then king a1.
Queen a1. This is quite deep.
All finishes with the same. Yeah.
Wow. This is nice geometry.
It's nice geometry.
In all the moves, there's either queen a1 or queen d6, followed by grabbing the a3. It looks like...
And white will force perpetuate.
Yeah. I wonder how you say this shape in English. I know it in Hebrew. And here... What? Parallelogram? Thank you.
Yeah.
So
What is parallelogram?
This one, let me show. This shape that I put here at some point.
No, after exchange.
No, just in general, this shape.
Parallelogram, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, but also without
In English.
queen f2, queen a1 check and then exchange it the same. No?
Queen a1, yeah?
A1 and exchange
Yeah. You're right.
So at least if someone did not necessarily improve their chess, you learned some geometry.
Yeah.
So instead, we
What's on
have
the board?
queen f3. So this, just as we
So queen d6 he can
predicted.
basically liquidate now, yeah?
Yes. And,
Probably he would do it in short.
without king h8, of course.
Yeah.
Chess is permitted after 11 o'clock, geometry. No?
Yeah.
Geometry teacher don't allow
So,
after 11.
okay.
Just a joke.
So here, by the way, if at any moment you feel like it's late, because I know you're a true athlete, as they say, and you're more than welcome to just mention it. And
I
here,
do believe that it's a matter. Let's wait for like few moves. If he plays queen d6, we are like few minutes before the end of the game. If the game would
Your prediction now is a draw?
we should make now. If queen d6, the game it's over. Yeah, it's a draw. Yeah?
yeah. So here, after queen f3,
Maybe queen e7. Yeah?
queen e7. I'm not sure what.
But basically no real threat. Yeah?
I mean, the usual question that I think in this match: who is playing for to push, because it seems like black is not risking, but then again white isn't risking anything either. But they keep playing.
No, is that Carlsen style? He always plays at a5. He plays
a5. Okay, so Carlsen definitely wants to try something.
Wants to try. He thinks that he has nothing to risk, so
maybe he wants b4 followed by a4.
Yes, or a4 followed by b4.
Yeah, even more precise to avoid a4.
No, but then a4 c3. Yeah.
So either way gives Karyakin something more to think about, and it's interesting because it reminds me of the principle of two weaknesses. When white is a pawn up, and at least in my level, I would think that white is trying to play for an edge, and black is playing for two weaknesses. One is the pawn on e2, which is can be referred to as white's weakness, and then he wants to create a second weakness on the queen side.
But d5 probably liquidates.
Yeah.
Because queen b6, queen f2, he is pawn down. Yeah, he cannot protect e2.
Right. That's true.
So he has to go to, let's say, e5 or e7, d6.
Yes.
Has to take, yeah, and then rook e2.
Just want to make sure that I don't miss something. If I will check first, then
Queen
queen
f2.
f2.
Changes nothing.
Just making sure. And here, take. If I go rook f8.
Yeah. That.
This is the attempt, probably.
That's the attempt. Yeah. It's an attempt. Yeah. It's an attempt.
I'm not sure if it's a good one, but
no, it's a good one. It's a good one. Black risks nothing.
3, and this pawn is maybe dangerous.
Yeah, then it's then the game goes on. Exactly.
So d6 is not as
basically he can do it also with a queen on f3.
Yes.
Take immediately and rook f8. Yeah. So.
Yes. And what else?
a5 is a real attempt. Because
yes.
if he takes in the future on a3, that pawn will be.
Yes. And also, like Tal correctly mentioned, somewhere to get another passed pawn, he is kind of making it. This is typical Carlsen. Yeah, each chance he tries to uses each chance.
A true fighter.
True fighter.
Yes.
Queen e4 probably here the best way to simplify things.
This is one of the reasons I feel like, in a way, I feel a responsibility to root for him when he plays against, like, let's say he plays against any other random player who does, in one way or another, play, let's call it professional openings that are more solid. It feels like Carlsen is one of the good guys, in a sense. I don't know why I mention it in such I phrase it this way, but just he always wants to play.
Played, yes.
C3 on the board. Seems like he just comes to play chess rather than make money or do anything else.
Yes, of course. He comes to play.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to play. Probably one of the reason he doesn't like to play openings. Yeah, he wants to have a game. Yeah, rather than competition of knowledge.
That's absolutely brilliant.
I don't mind if the opening will be even at white as equal, as long as there is a game.
He said once, probably many times in interviews, I watched it only once, that he wants to play against a human, because if he plays the main lines, he will play against a computer. And against humans, he has faith in the human's capacity for mistakes. And well, not necessarily when it comes to ourselves as well. So he has faith that his opponents statistically will make more mistakes in a given position with all the pieces on the board.
Yeah, he believes he's a better player, so he would outplay.
And many people also believe it. In many cases, his opponents as well, which makes it even easier.
Yeah.
So
Queen b3, no? What about Queen b3?
Queen to b3.
Yeah.
You cannot take because of Queen d1, and black just wants to take one of the pawns.
Yes. C3, I don't like this move. d5 was a draw, queen e5, queen e4.
I'm sure he thought about something. You mentioned c4?
c4 we can take. Check we go. h8. Queen takes, okay, we take on a3.
I'm thinking about a move
queen d7,
like queen f7, but
f7,
yeah. just you know, forcing the king to be more exposed.
Queen b8, dc4, yeah?
Exactly.
Rook f8, we are not on time, yeah, queen e6.
Yes.
h5.
Yes. So it seems like Karyakin probably plans to go c4, and by means of active defense.
Yeah.
And
But probably b4 here, no?
b4. And if I do the same stuff,
Queen d5, yeah, queen d5 and queen f7.
yeah, the king is quite exposed. Queen a4.
Actually, we can include somewhere a b4, let's say, to ask him what he does, yeah. a4.
If a4. Ah, now the queen cannot even come back.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
well,
Here.
white is not risking anything.
No. Too many pawns up, yeah.
Yes, and probably
White
is
is
already
winning.
better in some.
Ah, so queen b.
So c4 is probably
And we
Karyakin's
don't
idea.
know the
clock?
Time clock.
I think you can look here, but I'm not sure. It's updated. It's very small. I see something like 21 minutes versus 27, but
Yeah, but okay, it's what move 28, yeah.
yes. And well, this is fine. Any other candidate moves for black?
Me?
Yes.
The c3 gives white.
What does it give white? The d4 pawn is protected. So, for example, after a move like queen d6, which we mentioned, black might want to play, this pawn is protected. We can just take on e2 probably with a draw. That's my feeling. So, so what do you think after c3? Is there a way to keep the game going instead of queen b3?
What about just king h8 and we just wait what he does? For example.
Maybe d5?
d5.
Maybe
So which
some
move? Sorry, I
king h8.
engage 8.
d5. We now after queen e5 we have
But now
d4.
there's maybe even king f2. Or no.
Why not?
Ah, okay, because I want queen e2 actually.
Yeah.
If queen e7.
Yeah, but queen d6 we go back, yeah.
Yes. Indeed. And what happened? Queen a3, rook e2.
Perpetual. Take. Oh no, queen a2, rook e2, rook f8. Yeah, oh sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not a
No,
good
no,
idea.
no, but
King
d5,
h8.
let's improve position. Why
Yeah.
should we waste?
But what's the point of this move if I just want to go d5 next?
d5, queen e3
Different.
check.
No, queen e3 it's always liquidates too many pieces. It's a draw, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Queen.
e5, d4.
Ah, maybe it prepares d4. That's
Yeah.
the point.
But also after king h8, probably queen e4 is possible already, no?
Yeah. Yes, probably.
And then
Queen e4 and king
queen
f2
yeah.
at the end.
Yeah,
If
queen
take.
and if queen c8, no, queen c8 here. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I go here maybe?
Queen g6. Yeah.
It's not so easy for black to make progress.
Rook e7.
And should probably go back somewhere, like here.
Queen g4 now.
Rook e2, queen. Yeah, just protecting d4.
No, but then he takes on c3.
Ah, and then takes
takes on d4.
and gets this pawn again.
This pawn again. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Or
not
maybe
easy.
even, I'm not sure then would be maybe perpetual, but he can get his queen back and
Yes.
then try to get past pawns. The game goes on.
Yeah, it's not easy. So if white tries to simplify, it might not work perfectly, but,
Yeah, but
it's
d5.
important to notice what black might even threat.
Yeah.
Because d5 is an attempt to improve white's position.
Yes.
But seems like Karyakin wouldn't mind a draw if black does nothing, judging by his previous
Yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah. But Tal,
Yes.
after let's say d5,
Yes.
queen e5,
Yes.
maybe now queen e4 if he wants a draw. Queen b8 is must.
Yes, if you want to proceed.
And now queen f3.
Queen f3. I have to go back and a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems correct. Do I have queen h5?
Queen f3.
Nothing. Yeah.
I need to put the white queen on d4 before.
I was afraid of queen g3. Queen g3, queen f2, queen d3.
Okay.
I also thought so, but then d3 is handed.
So here, king on g8, just black is thinking. This is the position in the board, in case anyone is wondering.
Yes,
the same position. And yeah. So here, I don't see many candidates for black, but once again, white might want d5 or just stand in his place. It feels like both players are not better, and at each move they have a decision whether they want to play for more.
Yeah.
And it's like this double-edged equality.
Yeah, but queen a2, let's check.
Queen a2. Oh, this protects the pawn also.
And this idea to get to d2.
c4 suddenly as well.
Queen d4, queen d2,
And
queen f2, yeah? No, queen f2.
Yeah.
But queen d3. Yeah, kind of achievement for black.
Yeah, because
Once
now
again.
fate, I know. Because it's not a trick.
Take.
d5.
d5,
nothing.
queen d5.
Just okay, yeah. So there is nothing convincing, let's say direct after queen a2 that we saw so far.
Maybe queen c6.
Yeah, which brings me to the same same question. You said you don't like c3 at the beginning.
Yeah.
Maybe the feeling was correct. Let's check. Rook e7.
Rook e7, maybe queen c8 and queen f5 will give some unpleasant checks. I don't think he would want to proceed with g6. I don't think so.
So
Rook e6 maybe. Queen b5, queen d2, queen b8, queen g3. It's kind of concession, yeah.
Which move? Queen
I
d5.
thought queen b5.
Queen d2.
Two, and then to return through b8. Queen b8.
Here and
king h7 and queen g3.
yes, and
Queen c3. Kind of concession.
yeah, from white.
d5, queen d5 maybe. We're in time, yeah.
Rook
Queen
e3.
Rook e3, yeah.
It's not so easy to play white.
Maybe queen e4, e3 is a draw.
Queen where?
Queen takes e3, maybe it's a draw. Queen
not
f1,
sure.
queen e4.
Yeah. It's not
But
easy.
it's, you know, already,
Yeah.
you know.
Feels wrong.
It's
Feels risky for white, even
Yes.
if it works.
yes, exactly.
One of those lines.
But also
Um,
maybe not e3.
yeah. It's just a draw.
Queen a2 played, yeah?
Queen a2 on the board. So, yeah, we'll see in a moment what Karyakin had planned. But it's a very easy move to miss. Once again, this geometry.
Yes.
We have a lot of geometry going on.
Yes.
And the queen from a2, it's not easy to notice when pieces like queens or rooks protect things on the file, on the rank. And especially when they go so much forward, and the c3 just allowed it. That's nice.
But very
And,
impressive from Carlsen.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll
he
find so many resources. Yeah?
squeezes water from the stone.
Yes. It's amazing, yeah.
That's typical Carlsen.
But let me ask a question. If queen h5,
Yes.
how you protect?
The rook. Okay. Queen.
b6, yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
repetition is not a good idea for Carlsen, so let's go here.
d5, queen d2, yeah?
Exactly. And now I don't think there is a perpetual.
No, queen goes to f2.
Yes,
yeah,
this pawn on e6 will disturb the
Yeah,
perpetual. It's funny, I just want to show it quickly. that in this position compared to the other one, without this pawn, it's probably a draw.
Yeah, queen 8.
But this pawn disturbs white's coordination because it cannot get queen e4 check. So, yes. So what else?
Queen g4.
Queen g4.
It's too clever, yeah.
Well, what if I go h5?
Queen f5.
They get some squares. Can you take it? Queen d2, queen h4?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe, and then from d8 I would check it.
Yes. So
no, h5 is too much.
Yeah. So maybe just move the king.
And with king h2 we also move the king. H.
What about f?
Maybe f. Maybe f.
So many pieces are hanging for black, and this is just coming next.
Yes.
So then this.
Rook f6, king g1.
Yeah. And might
King
be
g3 or
repetition.
whatever.
Yeah. So this might be okay for white.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But it's amazing from Carlsen. Yeah. From position which looks so innocent.
Yeah.
He manages to put question after question.
Queen c6 on the board.
Queen c6. Maybe with the same idea. Yeah.
We analyzed it actually. We analyzed rook e6 here, and queen d2.
Oh, no,
what was the conclusion?
We didn't like it.
We didn't like it for.
Maybe not queen b5. Maybe queen a8.
Yes. King somewhere.
And queen f3.
And now?
We want queen f5.
Maybe h. No. Not again.
And if queen d2, let's say. Queen d2, yeah.
Just queen f5.
Queen f5, rook g6.
And back to f2.
Maybe king f2 already. Now
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah. Okay.
Queen c3, yeah. Queen c3.
Yeah.
Whatever. Queen c3. Rook e2.
But let me ask, if I just go queen f2.
Queen c3.
Ah, it's the same. Okay, so here rook e2, rook queen d4.
4, rook king f1. Yeah, but not so.
Check.
Check. Yeah. Then queen would protect the rook somewhere. Ah,
What's
queen.
this?
Yeah, rook
queen
e6 is
f6.
not queen a2. Queen a2,
Ah, you can go here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So in case.
No.
Yeah, no, just to mention here, there's queen a2.
No h4 there.
Yes. So, this is the position on the board once again on queen on c6.
What does
We're analyzing this and searching for a move for white. So, what could it be?
Queen c8.
King h7.
Queen c5.
Queen d2. We get the same position. Queen f5 and rook g6.
Something about maybe check.
Yeah, rook g6.
Yeah, we had the same.
Queen f5.
We
Yes.
saw this exact position from a different line, and for some reason we liked it for black. And yeah, right now we didn't find anything convincing for white here in this position. So, anyone has a suggestion for white?
Maybe we put the actual position and
Sure.
yeah.
This is the actual position with queen on c6. Sorry, should promote it.
Very strange what they
And,
do. Very strange.
Rook e6 on the board. So far very good predicting skills. And rook e6. And we can expect Karyakin to finally reveal his hand.
Probably he blundered.
Well, this would be a pity for him. I don't think it's that bad already. It feels like there must, like, I have this. I grew up on this idea that every position has a defense, and even if not, it's a good idea to believe that there is.
Yeah.
And
you have to try.
yeah, you have to believe there is a defense and then search for
But
it.
it's already not so easy.
So now,
Just
and he
look
doesn't
how
have
the
a lot of time. Sure. Yeah. So here is a good idea to think while we are looking at the position. This is the position from the game on the board, and Karyakin is thinking. He doesn't have a lot of time on the clock, and take. Okay, so let's check. Let's check. Queen takes b5 in this position, and now Queen d2, Queen b8. Okay, King h7. By the way, I want to mention that I feel like if you notice that in some way when analyzing a position, it's possible that all of us here can find the same variations, but the difference, at least that's what I feel, that Boris can see the variations much faster, and not only that he spots the right moves much faster.
He's much stronger.
No, he can. It helps a lot in the calculation. That's not what I meant. That's just the result. He can calculate very quickly, and when calculating over the board, then you can see more options in less time. And this probably calculating faster is a very important skill, rather than being only accurate while thinking slowly.
Maybe even Queen b1.
So here, Queen g3, and
it looks more active when you
yeah, and now. So I can at least say that it's clear for us who is playing for what. I am sure nobody is confused anymore. Carlsen has made it quite clear that he is the one pushing. Yeah, he's playing the role of Moses, squeezing water from the stone, and the only question is whether or not it will happen. And we all know what happened in the Bible. So
If the push will stop, the end game will be
Queen c6, Rook e6, and in this position we are analyzing Queen b5. So Queen d2, Queen b8, King somewhere, let's say here, Queen g3, and now the question is, as we mentioned earlier, whether or not black can push. Rook e3 looks quite sensible, but now suddenly there is a threat of perpetual maybe, so it's not so simple to take. And if Queen c3, by the way, it's already a line we saw earlier, Queen takes c3, and this is a draw. Without the a6 pawn, it's much easier to make a draw here, because you can just give checks, and the queen cannot protect both the e2 pawn and prevent. And we already have a move, so Queen takes b5 looks interesting, but wasn't played. Karyakin chose Queen c8 check, followed by c4, so cutting off the defense of the queen from the rook. And I assume that the line that he's counting on is Queen d2 with the same style like before. Queen takes e6, Queen e1, King h2, and we saw that this is a draw. So we have a few moves. Just let's show.
Yeah, something happened.
Yes.
C4, yeah?
I played Queen c8 check, followed by c4.
Yeah.
And it's not so easy to
Yeah.
suggest a move. Probably if Carlsen doesn't want to draw, he has to move the rook.
Yeah, but then Rook f6, Queen e8,
Mm-hmm.
and he loses his pawn.
Yes.
It's not a play for a win.
Mm-hmm. So
Let's check. Rook moves on the e rank. Then Queen f5.
rook moves to the e.
No. But then Queen f5. It's not.
Queen f5. There's not. So probably the game
Queen d2.
might
Queen d2.
might end very soon.
Queen d2. Yeah, would be draw in a few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, come a little bit to the right, just so we can see you. Thank you. And here, Queen d2 is to be expected, and the line that Boris showed earlier. Only difference the pawn on c4, but it's not a big difference because Queen e4 followed by Queen e8 cannot be prevented without giving up the e2 pawn, and therefore it should be a draw. So I'm not sure what to recommend here. Probably there is not much left. The stone has not given up. It's funny that in this metaphor also Karyakin is playing the role of a stone, which is extremely solid.
No, he is extremely solid.
Yeah, it feels like, I mean, sometimes I feel like comparing, I mean, when watching this championship, Karyakin's defensive skills with Petrosian's. and it's hard for me to understand. Okay, I didn't see too many games of Petrosian, I have to admit, but it feels like both of them are extremely good defenders. Do they have different styles, in your opinion?
I do believe so. I do believe so.
I mean, of defending.
Because Karakin is not really. I don't think he's defending so well. He's so really
active.
No. He's really doesn't break. Yeah. He just position is worse and worse, and he is keeping up. Petrosian was trying to create defensive ideas, and Karakin is replying move after move, but he can do it for as long as necessary. He is really
objective.
in this way is incredible how long, because also Anand is brilliant defender, but he tries to build fortress or something, and Karakin just replies on the threats.
So we're probably gonna see a draw. Queen d2, queen e6,
Yeah.
queen e1 on the board.
Queen
King h2 is going to be played very
e8,
soon.
you lose a pawn.
No queen d2.
Queen e2 already.
By the way, I want to mention
Yeah.
a small thing that I thought we already have queen f2, queen e4. The game might be finished soon.
Yeah.
But earlier, when I asked you about playing sharp openings with both colors and searching for your own openings, we already have a draw on the board.
Yeah.
Just a moment. Let's see.
Finish it.
Yeah. Queen e4 agreed to a draw.
Yeah.
Just wanted to mention that asking you what do you gain from such approach reminds me of asking Christopher Columbus what do you gain from exploring countries, because there's no obvious gain in research.
No.
But it's just the human nature to
Human
explore.
nature, how you
And
feel.
to be curious. Yes. So I don't think there is too much left to be said. The result is now equals 5.5 for each, and tomorrow is a free day, and the last game will be on Monday. And they want to
tie break if necessary on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday. Another rest day.
Yes.
What?
And yeah.
Sick Tuesday.
No, tie breaks on Wednesday.
I had the rest day. I don't think they took it away.
Yeah. So
30 is finished.
just stop. Don't talk, please. We didn't finish the stream quite yet. Hey. So any last thing you want to say to the crowd? Probably we have about 2,000 people watching us. Any probably around the level of 2,000, more or less.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for watching, and okay, we have exciting finish of the match. Yeah.
Yes.
Monday, maybe Wednesday. We'll see.
Yes.
See.
And
The drama is developing, and then let's say pretty soon we'll see
yes, and
what will happen.
I can't describe with my English vocabulary how incredible it is for me that you agreed to join me for this stream. And
No,
well,
it's our club. It's a pleasure.
I mean, you can say that it's the club, but for me, it feels like I mean, it's an honor for me personally. And you've been my chess hero since I was maybe 10 years old when I started to play my first tournament. Especially after you stopped playing the Petrov, and no, just kidding, with the Sveshnikov and so on, and I'm really excited about it, and it was such a pleasure for me, and thanks a lot for
Thank you, Tal, and
coming,
good luck to you.
Yes,
everywhere. I'm sure it would help you. Let me sign you a book.
Oh, thanks.
And
I just want
good
to
luck everywhere.
Yeah, and just want to apologize here before we finish. We have Ido Benarzi here with us, so can you come?
Hi, Ido.
Can you come just for a moment? So, I just want to mention, I could apologize in person, but let's just say it in front of the crowd here, so they can see your face, so they believe me. So, so just show yourself on the camera.
Yeah, sure. I'm here. Yeah.
Let's move it a bit. So
I
asked.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So I asked Ido here to come in case the game goes very late and we have to release Boris in case he wants to continue his sportive routine, and he came to replace him in case he will leave, and it's
yeah, but it was a pleasure watching anyway, so
but
I
still
came here and stayed.
And let's show the crowd if no one is
26, yeah, right?
oh yeah, so we have a real crowd now. Everyone will believe me. And
midnight.
yes, and it's after midnight in Israel, as probably.
Already,
Yeah, the game was interesting. So thanks a lot, everyone, once again who's watching, and Ido for coming once again. I'll have you in the tie breaks maybe as their compensation.
Yes.
So yes, and
Interesting and unique.
yeah,
By the way.
and it's gonna be an exciting match. So thanks a lot, everyone.